Hey, happy and healthy altitudes to you. Hello, I'm Gary Giannetti coming to you from Healthy Altitudes, Colorado. Just wanted to give you some quick exercises here that will help you with posture, pelvic alignment, and things that will help you for all of the workouts you do and thinking about your joints and the stability in your joints with strength in mind in the stability for those joints. So let's go through 9 exercises here. Okay, it's a 10-minute workout. We're going to do 2 sets of each grouping of exercises. So we're going to do 5 exercises times 2. So that's 10 exercises. And then we're going to do 4 exercises times 2. There's going to be those 4 is going to be another 8 minutes there. Okay. But it's actually going to add up because we're going to do each side to a total of 5 minutes. So you have 2 series of exercises giving you a 20-minute workout. But at the end, I want you to stay tuned. There's going to be a bonus round with a band. So we're going to do 2 band exercises. So grab your bands. If you don't have bands, you can find some on your favorite website, or you can find them at some different discount stores. They're pretty easy. I'm going to attach it to my machine behind me. You can attach it to a door. If you do that, make sure you close the door firmly and lock it. Or you can attach it to a wall. They make mounts that will attach to your wall. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to warm up. All right, what we want to do to warm up is we want to use our legs. Okay, so get your leg here in front, come down and across, and then bring that leg and arm back. Down and across, bring it back. All right, so down and across, bring it back, all on one side. There really isn't a time limit on this. I'm not going to time each exercise. So in my other videos, we're 1 minute at a time. Here, we're going to just go randomly. It'll be about a minute. All right, but what we want to do is really focus on our form today, form and technique over anything else. So you're getting that arm up and then that leg across. Okay, so strong balance. That's the important part. As you're doing these, you're keeping your back long, pulling in and then out. So you're going across your body. Spread your toes out in your shoes. That helps too. All right, so let's switch sides. Left arm up, pulling it in, pull it back, up and back. So you're going to get this glute to fire on that back leg as you're staying nice and stable, or like me, wobbling. All right, so we're going to get our body moving, our awareness here with our body moving. Reminds me of a Beastie Boys song. And maybe that's something you want to put on now, is put on a playlist of your favorite choice. I try not to put music on some of these just so you can watch the exercises, you can try the exercises, and you can just play around with it if you want to. All right, so getting those movements going. Now, what we want to do next is we're going to run in place. Let's just get those feet moving, get your arms moving. You can bring them in close. You can come out wide and then bring them back in close. You can go bigger steps, like almost like a cross-country skier, to get your heart rate up a little bit. All right, extending that back leg. We're going to do one more warm-up exercise after this. I'm just putting ideas out there. Not every idea is a good one. Most of them are, though, especially healthy fitness movements. I'm glad your fitness workout into your day. All right, so our next warm-up, inchworms. So we did these in another workout, but focusing on your form, hinging at your hips, knees can soften a little bit, walk yourself down, and push your heels into the floor. Get that stretch through your lower body. Then bring your feet towards your hands, bending your knees if you need to, stretching your back, your hamstrings, your legs. Then reach up, open your hips, pelvis, core. Good posture. Come back down and let's do it again. It was so much fun the first time. Why not do it a second time, right? I say that sometimes when I go to a buffet and I need that second plate of food. Oh, especially if it's an Italian feast buffet. So these inchworms are really good for getting some of that stability through your core, getting your whole core strong. Okay, so this workout's a little goofy. Bear with me, okay? We're going to work on our pelvic tilting first. So you're going to get a good base with your legs. People always think about, when they're doing an exercise, they think about the muscle we're working. They don't always think about their pelvis. So we're going to focus a lot on our hips and our pelvis. Circle around like you're going to Hawaii. You're doing a luau dance. All right? So your goal is to get awareness through your hips and pelvis. Squeeze your glute on the right, engage your abdominals, and then use that glute on the left. So you're making a big circle with your hips and pelvis. Don't be afraid to look goofy. You're doing this with a video, so no one can see you right now. Hopefully you're at home building up some strength in your core and stability all on your own. Okay? So this is going to transfer to every exercise you do. Do you feel your pelvis tilting backwards? And then as you drop in here, do you feel your pelvis tilt forwards? Imagine it like a bucket of water, okay? And you're trying to pour water out of the front of the bucket, and then as you come around, pour it out of the back, and you can change directions as I'm doing here. Don't worry, we're going to do 2 sets of these. That's the first set in the books. The next one, again, pelvic awareness. Focus on your abdominals here. Tilt your pelvis back, come up onto your toes. We're going to do the Pee Wee Herman dance. All right, remember Pee Wee Herman's dance? Tilt your pelvis forwards, tilt your pelvis backwards. So you should be tightening your abdominals, hip flexors, as you tilt your pelvis back, and then tilt it forward. Tilt it backwards. Tilt it forwards. You can do whatever you want with your arms. If you want to be crazy, you can put them up high, put them back low. Remember too, you can stay on your toes to get those legs moving a little bit more. Okay, so pelvic tilting is our goal with these 2 exercises. I don't care how silly you look, I do too. We're all in this together. I think it's Zach Brown who says we're all in the same boat. So this is a really good one though for our pelvic tilting, okay? So you're keeping that form. Again, we're going to get a second set so you can practice this even more. On your toes, you're using your balance as well. Okay? Lots of good functional foundational movements here you can use for every workout. All right, wood choppers are next. We're going to do a variation here of 2 different kinds. We're going to go with our feet out wide. Squeeze your glutes. Tilt your pelvis back. Okay? Reach up high. Exhale, crunch down. Use your abs. Up, squeeze those glutes, and back, down, crunch your abs. Long neck, long cervical spine. Imagine you have an axe, and you're going to try to chop wood from the left and then the right. The left and then the right. So you're alternating sides as you come down, thinking about how you're going to use each side of your glutes, each side of your abdominals, getting those arms to work. Getting your core engaged. This is our 3rd out of 5 exercises here. If you have hip problems, again, you don't have to go deep. You can go shallow. You can come down and still use your core. You don't have to use your knees a lot on this one either. You should be using your hips and pelvis. If you want to make it bigger, you can throw in a little hop at the top. Think about using your abdominals, your back, your glutes, okay? So curtsy lunges are next. Again, level 1 is simple, small. Stable knee, come back, up, switch. So I'm bending this knee and up. All right, so back, up, bring the other leg back, and up. Now, if you want to make it harder, you just come down, throw in a hop, and then to the other side. All right? Make it even harder, come deeper into it. So you should really be getting these glutes and your pelvic muscles to work for that stabilization in your hips, flexibility and mobility in your hips, and the awareness through your glutes and hips. All right, we're going to get one more exercise in this circuit. It's going to be a plank and a shoulder tap. Again, thinking about our hips and our pelvis and what they're doing through the movement. This is going to be number 5. All right. So to get into your plank, use your whole body. Get those legs to bend. Get your ankles to bend, most importantly. And then walk your feet back. Body is over your hands. All right? So we're going to tap our left shoulder with our right hand. Crunch your abdominals on the left side, right here. As you do that, come up and across. Crunch those right obliques and abdominals. All right, let's hold those abs tight as we crunch and tap in that plank, using your core and your stability and form through your hips and pelvis. Okay, keep going. If it gets challenging, you can regress it by coming down to your knees. But again, getting the hips and pelvis engaged. If you're feeling it in your low back, put your weight a little more to your arms. If it's hard on your wrists, you can do this with forearms as well. Or you can put a mat down, or you can use a Bosu ball, or you can use your dumbbells. This is our 5th one. We're going to go through this whole series again, starting from the top. Let's go ahead and walk our feet to our hands, standing up, pelvic tilting. Let's go to Hawaii. So you're going to go to the sides. But what I want you to try to do is get those hips to move. Hips, lips, dips, whatever it is. I put my head up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. So we're going to get those hips moving, right? And as you do that, you want to think about going to Hawaii. You can use your arms, your shoulders, but changing directions, okay? Don't be afraid to be goofy. You know, if it's not fun, don't do it, right? We do stuff like this so that you can get out and hike and have fun, have some stability in your lower body. All right, we're going to go to the Pee-wee dance next. So still, taking it up to our toes, hip awareness, in, crunch your abs. Then think about letting your hips and pelvis fall forward. All right, this way, this way, this way. I'm staying on the toes. All right, that's the key here. Keeping on your toes for balance and stability. This is exercise 2 before we go to our 3rd exercise, the old wood chopper. On the next set of wood choppers, we're going to switch our feet, different than we did on that first set, or you can do them like you did on the first set. All right, so this time wood choppers, we're going to put our left foot offset and forward a little bit. Come down to the left and up to the right. Down, up. Squeeze this left glute. Use your left quad. Get that hip to work. All right, down, up. Get your glute to fire. Down, up. Get that glute to fire. So we're going to get a couple more to this left leg. Then we're going to go to that right leg. I want to make sure we fit all these in because it's important to be fitness into your day. All right, so all the way down, all the way up. Good range of motion. Switch, offset your right foot and left foot. Down to the right, to the left. Get that other glute, the right glute, right hip. We're going to go to curtsy lunges next after this. Just as a reminder, in the same series of quick, functional core and hip and pelvis exercises. You're rocking it. Why are our hips and pelvis so important? Well, we use them for everything, for stability, for our core, for our legs, and then it transfers the energy up to our upper body and our torso. Curtsy lunges are next. So, down to the left, up, right, up, left. Now again, keeping those knees stacked over your ankle. Now if you want to make it harder, you can increase the intensity just a little bit. We're on number 4 in our first series here. We're going to do our plank taps next, plank shoulder tap next. Keep your core strong, hips and pelvis strong. Hold you up all day long. All right, good job. Plank shoulder taps. Now, if you think this circuit's silly, wait till you get to our next one. All right, so plank, tap it out, tap it out. You're gonna love our next circuit. So we have 4 exercises. It's gonna be 5 minutes because we're gonna do 2 sides on our first exercise. It'll be about 5 minutes, I should say. Again, this type of fitness doesn't have to be exact. You can play around with these movements. You can regress, progress, change, adjust, but most importantly, listen to your body. What is your hips and pelvis doing? Or what are your hips and pelvis doing? So thinking about your pelvis, is it tilting? Nice job. All right, so let's walk our feet to our hands. We're going to get back up. We're going to stand on our left leg, okay? Let's try to balance on that left leg. Take your arms, bring them out. Let's tap. Finger to nose, finger to nose. Knee is at 90 degrees. If this is easy, good. That means your balance is okay. Try then going a little faster and closing your eyes. If you touch, come back to it. All right? Nothing wrong with touching. This trains our balance, our proprioception. It's really different with earbuds in as well. But also you're using your hip flexor strength and core stability to stay on that leg. Another fun tip here, brush your teeth on one foot. 1 minute on the right, 1 minute on the left. Now let's go ahead and we're going to switch feet. Don't worry, you'll get a second chance on all of these. Lift that left leg, see if this side is better. Standing on your right leg. Is your balance any different on this side? I'm noticing my right leg is not nearly as good as my left. So again, these are things that can help us improve our balance. From the age of 40 on, our balance changes. And so we need to train our muscles and our body to hold ourselves in balance. And so that's where these exercises can come into play to help us with that particular component of fitness. Okay? The next thing that changes with balance is reaction time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run in place. I'm going to say right. I want you to hop to the right, get back to the center. If I say left, left, back to the center. If I say front, hop it forward. If I say back, make sure there's nothing behind you. Take it back and then bring it forward. All right, ready, set, here we go. Left, and then bring it back. Reaction time. Left. I wonder if on the second set you're going to remember the order. Right. Keep going. If you are, then I'm going to tell you some fun facts in the middle. Back. Bring it forward. Did you know that left, Ben & Jerry's ice cream at their factory in Vermont, right, has a graveyard for flavors that they don't make anymore. Front. Bring it back. Front. Bring it back. Left. Bring it back to the center. Nice job. Right. Bring it back. Backwards. Bring it front to the center. Here we go. Front. Good. Left. And right. Good job. All right, so in case you forgot all that, Ben & Jerry's does have a graveyard for flavors they retired. Okay, we're going to go to our boxing. We're going to stand on our left leg, box high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Working your core, your balance, and that torso stability. All right, so high and low, and then we're going to switch feet and go to the other side. All right, so you're thinking about that stability again, hips, pelvis, legs, all that strength through your core and your torso. Great job staying with it, staying strong. And you get about 10 more seconds on this side. Don't worry, you'll get a second set. Keep going so you can get more powerful in your second round if you want to. You can change that range of motion. Nice job. Right leg, we're going to come up high, down low. Opposite sides, up high, down low. Now, it won't matter if you are just crossing over. If you're doing the high and low opposite what I'm doing, it won't really matter. Did you know your chances of winning in the lottery are greater than pitching a perfect baseball game? If you didn't know that, now you do too. I think as of this recording, only 24 people have pitched a perfect game in history. So that's kind of cool. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can do that in the comments, or you can send me an email. There was a 10-year-old that gave me that fact today, and I think it's actually accurate. Sounds about right. Getting that balance while you box. Okay, let's go back. We're going to take it to our right and left leg standing. We're going to stand on that left leg. Bring your right leg up. Nose taps. In. Close your eyes if that's easy. The cool thing about working out at home is that you can work out barefoot, and you can spread your toes out and work out with your balance being wider on your feet. So that's kind of cool. That really helps with our stability. Sometimes shoes allow for that, on other times they don't. Again, you can touch your foot as a kickstand if you need to. A cool little test you could do here is see how many times you touch in a minute when you're doing this, and see if it's something you can do without touching at all. Use your core as you're balancing. So this is a fun little activity you can do. Let's switch to the right foot, okay? So we're gonna get on that right side now. As you're on the right, you wanna try to get those arms out wide. See if one side is better than the other. The other key is to keeping it consistent. Keep that left leg up at 90 degrees in front of you. So you're keeping that left leg, hip is at 90, knee is at 90 as you do these, okay? Getting that touch and balance. Spread your toes out. Here you might find if your balance is off, it could be due to quad strength or quad stability. There could be a muscular imbalance. There could be an arch difference in your foot. What's causing that change in balance? I know for me right now, these earbuds throw my balance off a little bit. But I also have a different arch on the right foot than on my left foot from years of running. So you can check that by having wet feet and standing on concrete. Wet your foot and then stand on concrete and see if one foot's arch is different than the other. Or you can stand on a paper bag or something with wet feet. Check those arches. Good job. All right, hops. We're going to get those feet moving, running in place. Set 2. All right, so right, back to the center. Now try to kick up your intensity. Left, back to the center. Now if it's hard to run, you can just walk or just march with high feet. All right, back and to the center. Front and to the center. Back to the center. Left, center. Reaction time. Right, center. There's all sorts of different things you can buy to help with reaction time too. Agility ladders are helpful for that as well. Left, back to the center, back to the center, front, back to the center. Now also try to lead with your non-dominant foot when you go back and forward. Right, center, front, center, back, center, left, center, and right, center. Good job, you got the idea. So you can do that randomly. All right. We're going to go to boxing one last time. Now we're going to get a good base with our feet. Offset your left foot. Now powerful. Punch high, high, low, low. High, high, low, low. High, high, low, low. So you're using your hips and pelvis again, and your abdominals as you crunch that side and punch on that side. Try to get some power into it through your core, through that leg, right in the front, in here. All right? Maybe you'll be ready for the octagon soon. Who knows? Set your goals and achieve them by working towards it. If that's your goal, go for it. Let's put that right foot forward. High, high, low, low. Crunch, crunch as you punch. Crunch as you punch. Use your core. Use your hips. Use your pelvis. So it's all about a nice, long, flat back, okay? We're going to get 2 more exercises after this. They're our bonus, and they're going to be with the band, okay? We're going to get 10 more seconds, and you're going to head to your band. I hope you have it set up. If you don't, I'll just show you. You can work on it on your own. Band exercises are great if you're traveling. Bands are really easy to bring with you. Nice job. So we're going to do 2 exercises. That's it. Again, for posture. So from a high angle, we're going to try to get our legs soft. Engage your hips and pelvis, abs and back. So you're thinking about, what am I doing with my hips and pelvis? Am I actively engaging them, crunching my abs, using my back? Pinch and pull those shoulder blades. So pull back, pinch your shoulder blades in, just for a high row. Remember to keep your shoulder blades back even as your arms extend in front of you. Pinch, pull. So pinch those shoulder blades in, pull the band back, but keep those shoulder blades back. So we don't run around. We want to stay nice and tall and long with our torso. Okay, so one of my favorite exercises here for posture. Tuck your chin, long spine, through your cervical and thoracic vertebrae. All right, rows. Now the last one, alligators. This is another good one for posture. So again, start with your base, your legs, your hips, pelvis, arms come up, and then alternate up. So you're pinching your shoulder blades again as you pull up. Okay, alligators. Lots of good focus on form, core, stability, and just a little more today. All right, notice I'm keeping those arms long. We even got fun facts in today. I hope that you had a lot of fun, fitness, into your day. With those rows and alligators, you can never really do too much. With going to Hawaii, I mean, gosh, have you ever met anyone who said they didn't want to go to Hawaii too much? I haven't. So Hawaii, think about the hips, the pelvis, pelvic tilting, right? Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. I know it's silly, but don't be afraid to get too silly with your workouts. Thinking more about your core as you try to keep your strength up for all of your workouts and for your life. Be active, eat well, and stay happy for your life.